There are a lot of advanced things you can do in Meetup. Facebook connection, buy Google AdWords, monetize your Meetup. This presentation is going to be about the basics. There's a lot to do. It's kind of obvious, common sense, but when you hit all these obvious, common sense things together at the same time, if you do them all extremely well, you can take any Meetup group and have this like hyperbolic growth. So I'm going to be talking about Meetup basics. And now, if you decide to monetize your group, if you want to do some extra marketing, there are all these extra things you can do. But what this talk is going to be about is doing all the Meetup basics very well. Now, basically, what you want to do, and again, this is going to be hugely expanded on, but basically, you should pick up this printout too. It also has a special sheet on the back. A lot of what I'm saying is in the printout. You can even follow along if you like, but the printout is excellent to have, I'll say. Okay. Basically, I mean, a lot of it is just very common sense marketing, but you take that common sense marketing and hit on all the cylinders correctly to an extreme degree. So you want to give people what they like. You want to give people excellence. And a lot of Meetup has to do with group psychology. Nothing succeeds like success. Once you start having success, your group kind of grows like this. The question is, how do you get that initial success? How do you get that medium success? So I'm going to take you through all the way from the beginning to the end. Okay. Now, you should post events that you enjoy doing and that will be popular with your members. I'm going to talk about this first part a little later, but it's very key. You can't just post any event, have it any old place, write this tiny little description. Nobody shows up. 5 people show up to your Meetup. You just did it in a few minutes, and then 5 people RSVP. 2 people show up. Those 2 people get dispirited. They never come back. So, how do you get the ball rolling and start being successful right out of the box and, have a brilliant first Meetup with a ton of people? And, okay, how you do that is you have to remember what's popular with your members. That's mostly what this talk is going to be all about. So, 2. Okay. Now, people post events in Brooklyn, Queens, whatever. They wonder why nobody shows up. Manhattan is the central borough. You want to post things that are in Manhattan. Even better for it to be Midtown to Greenwich Village. People like to pay 0 for a Meetup. Second choice, low cost. I mean, more people will come to a free Meetup. Now, this is a key thing. This is so key. You want Meetups that are structured so that people can easily speak to each other. People are there to meet each other. If, say, you just go to a concert in your Meetup, it's good to add to that, for example, a component where maybe you go out drinking, or just a drinking Meetup. A drinking Meetup is a fantastic Meetup to have, because people say, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to other people at that Meetup. If you're sitting in a restaurant, that's good to have too, but people don't have the expectation that they will meet lots of other people. If you have a drinking Meetup, number 1, people love to go out to drink, and number 2, people have the expectation that they will meet lots of other people. So people love drinking Meetups. They love any kind of Meetup where they think they're going to meet lots of other people. Okay, involve a splashy, fun, popular, or famous venue. Now, it's great to have your Meetup in somebody's basement, in some kind of out-of-the-way restaurant, but if you have it at some great venue, that there are lots of quotes, like quotes in the New York Times, quotes in New York Magazine, quotes in Zagat, about how this is a fantastic thing. What you want to do is do layer on layer. Make your Meetup write-up extremely enticing. And if you can include, like New York Times says this, Zagat says this, and it's a big venue selection can help get your members really excited to come to this particular meetup. And as I've already covered, point E, well-written and enthusiastic. You know, don't just write anything. Get people excited by having third-party reviews. Beautiful photographs of the venue. And you know, most people do this anyway, but if you have something during the day, on a weekday, people are working. Of course you want something. So if you see that somebody, not only that somebody has taken the time, but they have a meetup in a splashy venue with great quotes from the New York Times, they're going to go out drinking and meet each other. You know, people love that. So again, you don't just want to put up any old thing. Or you can, but if you're a new meetup group starting out, and if you want the maximum advantage, you want to be successful right out of the box and get a ton of people, you know, put some thought into it, put some effort into it, and it'll really pay off if you do these things. 3. Next one. Okay, so this is very important. If you do this with your, even if nobody's RSVP'd, if people see that there's a very splash, you know, people will start, you'll get those first, you'll get the first 10, you'll get the first 20, you'll get the first 30, just because of the strength of the great description that you wrote, and it'll tend to snowball from there. But it's always important to kind of focus on numbers. If you get a reputation of having events that have, 10 people RSVP'd, people are not excited about your meetup. When you get up to 20, 30, 40, 50, and more, you know, so meetup runs on group psychology. So if, you know, it's very important, keep your events enticing, keep your RSVP numbers high, and it feeds on itself. Next. Okay, I see meetup groups start. They put up 4 events in a month, and what people will do is they'll say, which one of these 4 shall I RSVP to? And one person will RSVP to one. You'll have like 2, 3 people RSVPing to each of them, and what you need is that one event. Say, beginning 10 is all right to get it. You know, you want that one that 10 people RSVP to, then the 11th one, then the 12th. Don't start out, or if your meetup is new or not that strong, don't put up a ton of events. What gets the momentum going is if people see a lot, you know, a good number of people RSVPing. Then, so don't put up a ton of events. Be a good host. This is one of my favorites. Talk to people at your meetup. Try to talk to everyone. I ask people where they're from. You know, I go around, I'm nice, people love that. Be a good host. Popular event formats for all meetup groups. Okay, now you could have like a toy track racing car meetup, for example. It's still good to do drinking events because people love that. People love to go out and drink. It's also, another one, picnics. People love to go to a picnic in Central Park. You know, you get it, whatever the topic is, you get a ton of meetups, even if it's way off topic, way off everything. A and D are so important. Dinner and a movie is a classic thing that people love. Who doesn't love? So many people love, even if it's not what you do, that's good. Restaurant is good. It can be a little tricky with the reservations, thank you. And I'm going to get into that more. But these are all classic events that people love. Again, you want to put on what people love. And these are all, you know, I recommend these kind of events for any meetup group, whatever if you want people to RSVP and develop into a story, sprinkle these in or do a lot of them or do these mostly. And, you know, people will RSVP and the success will be built on itself from there. Next. Okay, yeah, recruit great assistant organizers. You know, just like you want to be kind to people. You need to be, somebody in your group needs to be a good writer. If there aren't good writers in your group is not going to go very far at all. So number one skill to have as a meetup organizer is to be a good writer. Because that's how people are going to see your event and they're going to RSVP to that. So, you can recruit organizers that are kind, charismatic, etc. Send out a group email, ask the members to step up and be an assistant alternatively to recruiting them right there. Now, assistant organizers, I genuinely love all of my assistant organizers. I'm predisposed to love them because I am grateful to them. I am grateful to them that they have stepped up. They're sharing this interest with me. They are doing me a big favor by helping me with the group. And what I write on the next part of here is key. You should follow along here. Point number 8. They're also likely to be busy people. Gently and expertly guide and teach them step by step. Their lives do not revolve around your meetup. Plan for them to miss deadlines. So build extra time into your schedule when planning events with them, and kindly and patiently work with them to get them back on track. Now, part of the process of getting and retaining, their lives don't revolve around your meeting. If you get all disgusted with them because they said they were going to do something, they didn't do it, missed deadlines, oh, they're no good. No, they're just a busy professional, busy family person, busy whatever. You ask them in the beginning because they seem great, they still are great. What they need is to get 1 or 2 events under their belt. And then, they'll see it's easy, it's not that hard to do, but don't get all disgusted with them because most of them, especially the first ones, they miss deadlines. Appreciate the fact that they're these great people that you've selected, and that work with them. Be prepared. Build in that extra time when you work with them. Know that they're going to miss deadlines. Just get them back on track. Have at least 1 event up at all times. Take photographs of your events, and as I put here, of course, put the good-looking ones up. If some photograph is not so good.